Okay, now suppose you are leaving for school, but before going to school, you're going to your friend house and then you both together are going for school. So distance between your home to the friend house is, let's say, 600 meter, and distance from your friend house to school is, let's say, 800 meter. So if I ask you that how much distance did you travel, for that you will see that you will add up the path. Like the first path that you follow is from home to the friend house, which is 600 meter, and then you both follow the second path, which is from your friend house to the school, which is 800 meter. So distance that you traveled is actually 400 meter, 1400 meter, or you can say 1.4 kilometer. So this is about the distance. If I ask you the distance that you travel, you will just add up the path that you followed and you will get the final distance. But if I ask you what is the displacement, so displacement doesn't follow any path. So displacement is the thing that only matter for displacement is the initial position to the final position. Initially you were at home, and finally you reach to the school, that is from point A to point B. Let's say distance between home to school is 900 meter. So what will be your displacement? Doesn't matter you're going to school directly or you're following another path like going to the friend house and then to school. That doesn't matter for distance. It's just point A to B. From your home you displace to school, so your displacement will be 900 meter. Now you displace from your home to school, so the school is towards east. If you will see, home is toward east of your home, school is towards east of your home, so displacement is 900 meter to the east. Direction is east. So whenever we talk about displacement, we have to mention direction, as displacement is the vector quantity. So along with the magnitude, which is 900 meter, we have to mention direction, that is towards east. And displacement doesn't depend on the path. You can take any path. It's just from point A to point B as a distance between them. Whereas if you talk about distance is a scalar quantity. So it doesn't matter which direction you are going. But for distance, you have to add up the path. If you're going from point A to B, then from B to C, and so on. So every path is you're gonna add for distance. Let us understand this with more example. Okay, so as I mentioned that for distance you have to add the path. So this is the point A and you want to reach to point B, and let's say you're taking path like this from here to here, then this one to here. Let's say A, B, C. You're going from like this, you're following your path. So for distance you have to add all of your path, which is A plus B plus C plus D. But if you talk about displacement, okay, if you talk about displacement, you just have to measure distance between A to B directly, regardless of the path and in specific direction. Okay, so it will be directly, let's say this is E. So it's directly E to east. Okay, suppose you want to go from point A to B. So distance from point A to B is 100 meter. Distance that you travel is 100 meter. And if I ask about your displacement, it is again 100 meter to the east. Direction of your displacement is towards east. So it will be 100 meter to east. Now look at the second example. You travel from A to B and then from B to halfway C, right? If you will see, C is at the middle of AB. So from A to B and then halfway to C. So what will be your distance? It is first you travel from A to B, which is 100 meter, and then halfway to C, which is another 50. So distance that you travel is 150 meter. And if you talk about displacement, this is the initial position and this is the final position. So the distance that you traveled is only this much. So distance will be 50. And in which direction? You're moving towards west. If you will see, you're moving towards west direction. So it's 50 to the west. Now look at the third one. You travel from A to B and then back from B to C, which is again not C, it's again initial position as A. So we'll not say that this position as C because you're coming back to your original position. So we'll say that this is again A. So you travel from A to B and then from B to A. So distance that you travel from A to B is 100 and then again from B to A, which is another 100. So distance that you travel is 200 meter. And if I talk about displacement, this is your initial point and this is the final point because you're coming back to the same point. So your displacement is 0 meter.